This is a variation of a dragon lunge or a dragon squat, but it is specifically targeting more of your glute stretching and pelvis control. So for this exercise, it is very similar to a curtsy lunge as well. However, it's just a little bit different because we're not getting as much knee involvement. So the key here, I usually have people start with holding onto a barbell that's a little lower or holding onto a wall or something in front of them. As you do this exercise, you are putting all of the weight on the front leg, as little as possible on the back leg. The back leg is there for balance. You don't need your foot in the air. However, it can be a way to progress. You're going to think about reaching this back leg as far towards the opposite wall as possible and driving this belt buckle kind of towards the front leg and dipping this hip down. As you do that, you should feel a nice big stretch in the outer hip muscle as you're kind of sinking into that deep stretch. And then we should use all of that to drive ourselves up on the way up. A lot of people, when they do this, think that means they need to bend their knee. Your knee does not need to bend as much because the goal of this exercise when I program it is generally to get more of a pelvis position and pelvis movement and control in a loaded glute stretch rather than just kind of coming straight down, which is going to give you more quads and knee. So you should be aiming for sensation with this exercise. Typically, I'll program this with a tempo where we're going slow down, pausing, and slow up to really focus on control. But over time, you should be able to add some load by a dumbbell in your hand and get a little bit deeper in the movement. And if this is really challenging, you probably just need to learn how to move your pelvis on your femur in a stance position, and we need to regress into a different exercise. You should not feel any pinching in your hip as you're doing this. If you do, just means we are having a little bit of some joint issues. You need a different exercise, or you might need cueing for this exercise, or you might just need a deep, thorough assessment to figure out what's going on with your hip. So don't push into that. This is closing angle sensation, but otherwise, aim for what you feel, aim for progressing over time with reps and sets and adding weight and getting a little bit deeper in the movement as well. Don't count out the benefits of progressing with just working on control as well. And over time, you should feel that your glutes are a lot stronger. They might even grow a little bit more now that you're getting them loaded in their lengthened position. And you should just feel that you have a lot more strength in your overall pelvis and control in your pelvis as well, which can be really helpful for things like hip and knee pain. So stay consistent with it, be patient, and reap all the gains.